The NBA Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Cut. Cut is a peer-to-peer social betting platform that's US-based and available in 40 states. Head to kutt.com, that's cut.com, and use promo code SGPN for a 10% deposit bonus. We're also brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Play their fantasy pick'em for a chance to win 100x in NBA, NHL, and college basketball and more. Sign up today using promo code NBA SGPN and get a 100% deposit match. We're also brought to you by Hall of Fame Bets, the sports betting research platform for parlays, player props, and game lines. Download the Hall of Fame Bets app or visit hofbets.com. Use promo code SGPN. That's promo code SGPN to get 50% off your first month and start making smarter bets today. Yes, sir. We are back with another edition of the NBA Gambling Podcast and Sports Gambling Podcast Network. Know me, know the voice, know the guy. It's me, really real, villain real, Terrell Furman Jr. here at your service. This is the look of March. This is the look of March. I'm trying to get through this. I'm trying to get through this accurately and efficiently because we have more basketball tipping off in an hour, and I cannot wait. Scott Studio, right? Show people. Scott, what's going on?
Scotty, beam me up.
Surprise.
Yeah, can't complain. Pretty good day for me in the NBA. Ended up sweeping yesterday. I had the Rockets minus the 3.5 against the Bulls as my lock. That got there easily as they've won 7 straight. I'm not sure they're going to catch Golden State, but they're going to try. So shout out to them for not completely rolling over once Şengün got injured. For my dog, I had Schroeder over 2.5 rebounds. Under 2.5 rebounds, which got there. So I went with a niche player prop. It paid off, so can't complain there. Besides that, college basketball was pretty fun yesterday. A lot of blowouts, but a couple of close games. You ended up seeing Kentucky lose, which is always funny. So either way, can't complain. Pretty good day of basketball yesterday.
Yeah. Show pick's been pretty solid. Day before, hit on the over in the Blazers and the Clippers game. Hit on Miami alt spread. Get it done the other day. We have another chance to back or fade Miami today. The Wizards got to win. And of course, it was against the Kings, but the Wizards got to win. Really could use Detroit's help here, and I doubt they're going to help me much here, but it's great to hope because the Detroit Pistons are at home welcoming the Boston Celtics. Celtics are laying 14. 23.5 is the total here. Injury report for the Detroit Pistons and the Boston Celtics tonight, and we have Jason Tatum is questionable with that ankle injury. Jaylen Brown is questionable. Kristaps Porzingis is questionable. Al Horford is questionable. Sam Hauser is probable. Drew Holiday is out. This is the front leg of a back-to-back as well for the Celtics. And we have the Pistons, who have Grimes out, Taj Gibson out. Asar Thompson out for the season, Isaiah Stewart out for the season. I mean, that's really like everybody that truly matters. This team is injured to hell and back.
I'm assuming you're taking Detroit anyway?
Yeah.
Okay. Figured. Had to ask.
It's not the spot that you want to be in, though.
It's definitely
it's not the spot you want to be in.
Well, Fontecchio's been very good since Detroit acquired him. He's out. You mentioned Grimes. Besides that, yeah, both teams are probably going to be missing some players. Boston might end up really resting guys because you said they have a back-to-back tomorrow, so I don't know why they would force a bunch of guys to play. I don't want to speculate on who exactly, but the point is, if we're going to see a classic alternating resting spot, maybe you get Tatum or Brown tonight and then vice versa tomorrow. We'll see what happens there. I think I am going to lean to Boston. I know that this team underachieved against Milwaukee. They were coasting, then fell apart again in the fourth quarter. Still won the game, but didn't look good in the process. I see Evan Fournier as a projected starter for this game for Detroit in 2024. That's a bit of a problem. So, yeah, revenge game. That's definitely true. I'm going to lean to Boston. I just think they're going to kill this team. Detroit's just not very good. just simply put. You're looking at potentially Duren having a big game if Porzingis plays or not. So I like the rebounds for Duren. But I just have a hard time of picking Detroit. I just think they're a really bad basketball team. They're going to be missing some guys. You mentioned Asar is also out. I didn't realize he had a blood clot issue, so hopefully he's okay. But they faced off a couple of 4 days ago, and you ended up seeing Boston win by 25. I think they win this game comfortably. I think Detroit might hang in there for maybe a half, but I think eventually they're going to fall apart. I think Boston wins this game probably by 17, give or take. Maybe it's close to the spread, but I think at the end of the day, Boston's just the better team. I'm going to lean to Boston minus the 13.5. I get why you're picking Detroit. It's a lot of points for a home team to be getting. They have lost 4 straight, and Detroit has lost each of the last 2 games by at least 19 points. So I'm going to lean to the Celtics to cover. I'm going to lean to the under in this game, but I really just expect a one-sided affair.
Casey says since 2017, favored by 9.5 or more points, and total is under 223.5. Coming off a win, and the opponent is coming off a loss, 126-60 and to the over. That is a play on the Boston Celtics game.
Okay.
Yeah, I think. Oh, I mean, they're just missing a lot of rim protection, man. I mean, yeah, you have Durham, but the Boston's already devoid of rim protection as is, or at least adequate as is. And then you already have the Pistons who are missing Isaiah Stewart, so they're missing size there. They're missing Osar Thompson. That's more size and more, another good defender. So I can 100% understand taking an over in this one over 224. I agree. I could see it. It could get ugly. It really could get ugly. I'm still taking Detroit though because Boston can't be trusted. But yeah.
Do you have any props you like for the game?
Not really. This can go either way.
Are you taking Fournier threes because it's a revenge game in theory?
No, because it's Fournier, and
Okay.
I wouldn't spend any type of money on Evan Fournier. But if it was anybody else, I would. But it's Evan Fournier, so I'm not going to.
I was just wondering how committed you were to the cause, so that's why I was asking.
Evan Fournier, betting an Evan Fournier prop in 2024, no matter what the occasion, pretty good on that. All right. Although you might be able to sell me on an Ivy play, maybe be able to sell me on an Ivy play by the time the day's over.
Are you interested in Cade assists? Is that 6.5? He's gone over in 9 of the last 10. He's gone over.
I would love to, but every time I play Cade assists and I watch the game, I watch people miss like open shots that would have been assists for him, and it's very frustrating.
He has gone over in 16 of the last 20, if you care. So
yeah,
just saying.
I would love for a Cade double, but like I said, it's just too many. It'd be missed shots, man, and it really blows me. I actually struggle watching Detroit games now. Where we at?
Now you struggle watching Detroit games? Not the entire
season? No, we started off really good. First game of the season, we got them as a huge underdog against Miami and that cash. Like we were really good. And then they lost 28 games in a row, and then they got injured, and Evan Fournier was playing, and Quentin Grimes was playing, and all this stuff was going on. And I just stopped being interested in Detroit basketball.
By the way, if you were curious, Cade double is plus 350.
Okay, that's tempting, but I don't want to go through he's going to end up with 9, and it's going to hurt my feelings.
Well, that means you like the 6.5 then if you think he ends up with 9. But only if you don't bet it. Because if you bet it, he's going to have 5. But if you don't bet it, he's having 9.
He's going to have 6 if I bet it. All right. Merch Madness. 15% off everything in the merch store. Promo code MADNESS. Make sure you go get an NBA Gambling Podcast hat. We have NBA Gambling Podcast shirts. We have the first half under t-shirts for March Madness. Make sure you tap in and go spend some money and get all that. 15% off. So promo code MADNESS. Store.sportsgamblingpodcast.com is where you can get all that cool and your favorite sports gambling podcast, NBA Gambling Podcast, the College Experience, Tennis Gambling Podcast, WNBA Gambling Podcast, everything under the network. You can get that really cool stuff at store.sportsgamblingpodcast.com. 15% off with promo code MADNESS. We're also brought to you by Cut, the peer-to-peer social betting platform that's US-based and available in 40 states where, look, you have a whole bunch of bets. I think Moneyline Matt got a Big 12 versus the World NCAA bet going on right now. Probably not going well for him because DJ Burns put Texas Tech through the fucking ringer. Through the fucking ringer. Shout out to DJ Burns and shout out to the ACC for proving once again always better than the Big 12.
Except Virginia. We're throwing Virginia out. Fake team.
Virginia doesn't count.
Yeah, fake team.
They're actually a Big East team, if you believe it or not. Because they don't even have a football program. Virginia doesn't even have a football program. Like, come on.
Yeah, they do. They're just really
No,
bad.
they
Nobody
don't.
talks about it.
No, they don't.
I miss Bryce Perkins being there. That's all I'll say.
Cut offers lower VIG, fully customizable odds, and you can create your own bet, like I was talking about. Big 12 versus the world, not going that well right now. But hey, Big 12 versus the world. Cut handles the payment side of things, so you never have to chase anybody down, get rewards, all of that stuff. So download Cut today in the App Store or visit cut.com. That's KUTT, and use promo code SGPN for a 10% deposit bonus. We're also brought to you by Underdog Fantasy, the easiest place to play fantasy sports and also the fastest growing fantasy app in the industry. You can play pick'em contests of 2 to 5 players, and you can win up to 100 times your money in a single night with the use of those spicy plays. So make sure you tap in with us in Underdog Fantasy. We're going to be dropping an Underdog lineup at the end of the show. Promo code NBASGPN for Underdog Fantasy to get your first deposit doubled up to $100, as well as an instant pick'em special. Visit underdogfantasy.com or find them in the App Store. Don't forget to register with my promo code NBASGPN for your first deposit doubled up to $100, as well as an instant pick'em special. Must be 18 or older and present in a state where playthrough Underdog operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-522-4700 or visit www.ncpgambling.org. Alrighty here. Next game on the docket. Oklahoma City Thunder on the road going to play the Toronto Raptors. Raptors are catching 15.5 at home. 231.5 is the total. Injury report here for these two teams. And we have for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Guess what? Nothing to report there. For the Toronto Raptors, complete opposite. In fact, I don't even feel like reading it. But Jonte Porter is not on the injury report, so he's expected to play today. DJ Carton is out. Emmanuel Quickly is out. RJ Barrett is out. Scotty Barnes is out. Jakob Poeltl is out. Chris Boucher is out.
This team sucks.
Bruce Brown, Gary Trent Jr., Grady Robert, Ochai Agbaji, and Kelly Olynyk is the proposed starting lineup.
We know the Thunder aren't exactly good at covering big spreads, though. We saw them not cover against Utah. Do you want to make a case for the Raptors, or how do you want to go about this? Because we know that this Raptors team is absolutely terrible.
I don't know, man. It's been pretty bad the past few games. Not going to lie.
It is Shea in Canada, if that matters to you.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe he's in line for a big game. Who knows?
I don't know, man. I guess I'll take OKC, but
I just don't think I can take Toronto. I mean, I'm trying to think of the script that they need in order to cover this. They need the Thunder to, first of all, basically punt defense entirely in this game.
Mm-hmm.
Bruce Brown and what? You need Bruce Brown and Gary Trent Jr. to carry your entire team? I'll pass.
I'd say I probably prefer Gary Trent Jr. and Agbaji with Bruce Brown.
He's going to be starting point guard. That's why I'm saying it. So maybe Bruce Brown has to have.
Yeah, but maybe Agbaji can get going from 3, and if he gets going from 3, then it'd be interesting.
I think
yeah, I just don't even know how they're going to even be in the situation to backdoor cover this. Like, how are they not down 20 by any point that they can even get to a backdoor cover?
I think they're going to be down 20 at some point. The question is are the Thunder going to take their foot off the gas? I don't think so. So I'm going to lean to the Thunder. We faded the Raptors during the win total All-Star Weekend show, and yeah, Toronto's as bad as we thought they were going to be. So I got to take Oklahoma City. They were messing around against Utah, then they started figuring it out again. Chet had 35. They ended up not covering, but they won by double digits. I can't take Toronto. This team sucks. I got nothing else to add. I think OKC at some point in this game's up 25. So I'm not going
Logan's
to take the dog.
Logan's calling you out, Scott. He said Dort's in Canada too.
Well, yeah, but Shea is Shea, so that's why I
Hey, Lou
mentioned it.
Dort is in Canada too. Shout out to Lou Dort having a good game. Yeah, no, I mean, OKC first half -9.5 actually is kind of intriguing because how are they not up double digits by halftime?
They really, really should be. This Toronto
They have
team
a
is.
really good. They have a good bench. Like I like their bench pieces, and I mean they should keep the scoring going. Yeah, sure, why not? OKC -9.5 in the first half.
I can get behind that, but yeah, I think they kill Toronto in this game.
Total player props. Anything else on here before we go?
Well, historically speaking, there are a lot of really good trends based on recent form. The problem was I ended up not taking them for YouTube purposes because with all the people out, I feel like the trends might be a bit misleading. But I'll read them off anyway. So Bruce Brown, under 17.5 points and assists. He's gone under in 19 of the last 20 games. Agbaji, under 5.5 rebounds and assists. He's gone under in 19 of the last 20 games. You have Olynyk rebounds, which has been a cash cow for me, but historically he's actually been pretty good at rebounding against the Thunder, so I decided not to take it. That was at 7.5, now it's at 6.5. I'm not really that interested at this point in time. But if you want to go with the historical trends, you're pretty much fading Bruce Brown and Agbaji when it comes to rebounding and assists. That's basically how it goes. I ended up passing. I ended up taking Shea under 2.5 rebounds in the first quarter, actually, which I thought was a pretty obscure angle, but it's so obscure that I actually like it. What if I told you that that Shea has had less than 3 first quarter rebounds in 22 of his last 23 games?
I'd ask. I don't even think I'd ask how you stumbled upon that information. I'd just be impressed at the fact that you got it.
So there you go. That was my plaid for YouTube. I had Shea under 2.5 rebounds in the first quarter. Anything that happens in 22 out of 23, I'm taking it. It just is what it is. So that's what I'm riding with. But it's mostly just props if you want to back trends.
All right. Next game. New Orleans Pelicans on the road going to play the Miami Heat. Heat open up as a 1-point favorite. They're up to a 3-point favorite. 209.5 is the total here. Injury report. And we have the big news of the night/morning, depends on where you're at on the coast. But Brandon Ingram he survived a major knee injury and only ended up planning to miss 2 weeks. So no Brandon Ingram for the foreseeable future for at least the next 2 weeks. We'll see about after that. Dyson Daniels is still out for an extended amount of time. For the Miami Heat, Bam Adebayo is questionable with that back injury. Duncan Robinson's out with the back injury. Tyler Hero and Kevin Love are both out with lower leg injuries, and Josh Richardson is done for the year.
Are you surprised Miami's favored here? I know Ingram's injured and all, but are you surprised Miami's actually laying 3.5?
I didn't think they were going to move it. Well, I mean, I guess PI is worth 2 points, so it makes sense. I guess the opening line is really where I thought this was going to stay, even without BI, but I guess it makes sense. BI is probably worth a point or so.
There's no travel.
2 is way
New
too
Orleans.
much, though.
Yeah. New Orleans did play against Orlando. They got buried in the game. I did like Orlando. That team's in great form. But they were in Miami, or they were in Florida, so they're not traveling that much for the sake of this game. We know we like Miami as a dog instead of as a favorite. They've won 3 of 4, though. I'm going to lean New Orleans in this game. I know what Zion can do with Ingram out of the lineup, so I don't mind Zion assists. You might see a bit more point forward action from Zion, but still, I am not going to lay 3.5 with Miami. I think this game's going to be close no matter what. I see this game coming down to the wire, so I'm going to lean to the Pelicans plus 3.5.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not taking Miami as a home favorite here. What? That would ruin
I'm
the
assuming
whole
you agree
bid.
in general. This game might be very close to the wire, so I'm not going to play 2 possessions with Miami.
Yeah, no, I think that this is it's just not the spot for them. It's just not the spot for them. They're injured to back. I know that we talk about them and with Brandon Ingram, but this Pelicans team overall has just been playing really well, and I think they can step up. At least the first game when their stars out, kind of show teams, hey, we're still really good. We're still making a push, and we're not gonna lay down just because Brandon Ingram's out for a couple of weeks. So I think this is a statement game for the Pelicans. They get it done on the money line today. New Orleans plus 3. Sprinkle on the money line here. Totals at 209.5. New Orleans has been playing really good defense recently. Scott.
I'm an lean under. I just think without Ingram, even though I trust Zion to have a good stat line, I still expect the offense to look worse because Ingram is a solid isolation player, and now they don't have as much, I'd say, they don't have as many options in late shot clock situations. I'm an lean under. I see a physical game, first team to 100 wins, all into the under.
All right. I'm on the under as well. I feel like anytime I bet Zion, it doesn't work.
Just
I
historically
would be
speaking, with Ingram
interested.
out of the lineup, his line is just usually too low.
I think I would rather play a Zion assist play, honestly.
Yeah, I agree.
They let him bring the ball up more, no BI, the ball's gonna be in his hand more. I think that they'll be able to get, some type of movement along this Miami Heat defense. Like Zion, I think Zion assist. I may be interested in Zion assist at 5.5. I think that's a play that I'm really, really looking at here. Let's see. There we go. What else? What you like?
Well, you mentioned Zion assists. That was kind of my main lean from a player prop perspective. If I was going through any of the trends here, I mean, McCollum unders are good, but I can't take that now because he's going to be handling a lot more of the ball because Ingram's out, obviously. I don't know if Bam's going to play, so I can't take those props either. Yeah, I don't really have anything for this matchup besides the Zion stuff. I mean, we don't know if Bam's going to play, so I can't really touch Miami. It's pure cop
All right.
out, but what am I supposed to do?
No, I feel it. All right. Before we get to the next game of slate, got to talk to you about game time. Buying tickets to your favorite event shouldn't be stressful, and you can do it fast, easy, and trust me, no worry. I roll out of bed. If I decide I want to go to the game, I just pop open the Game Time app and last minute tickets for the lowest price right there at my fingertips. Make sure you get that Game Time guarantee when you buy on Game Time. Your tickets will be on time, they'll be authentic, and they'll be ready for you. I get them before leaving the house, and they'll be ready for me by the time I get to the arena. Don't even have to worry about it. It's like will call. It's like will call on your phone. So make sure you tap into Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code CFBX for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account, redeem code CFBX for $20 off. Download the Game Time app. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. All right. Next game on the slate. We have, whenever I can actually get it pulled up. There we go. That's Miami and New Orleans. We have the Spurs welcoming the Grizzlies. The Spurs are laying 6. It opened up at 4.5 and it went up to 6. 216.5 is the total here. Injury report for these two teams, and I have for the Memphis Grizzlies. Somebody in the chat just said I was reading a book. Oh, well, welcome to this chapter. John Karchar is questionable. Scottie Pippen Jr. is questionable. Desmond Bane is doubtful. Vince Williams is doubtful. Luke Kennard is out. Lamar Stevens is out. Yuta Watanabe is out. Marcus Smart is out. Zaire Williams is out. Derrick Rose is out. Brandon Clark is out. And Ja is out for the rest of the season. That training room, it's a line that is like the girls' bathroom at a stadium. That is how long the line is to get into the Grizzlies training room. For the San Antonio Spurs, Zach Collins is questionable in the concussion protocol. Charles Bassey is done for the season, and that's it. Nothing else to worry about. So we have the Spurs team who doesn't really have any injuries going on for real. You have the line going from 4.5 to 6, and then you have Memphis on the road, injured to hell and back. What can possibly go wrong?
I can't even remember the last time the Spurs actually blew a team out. So, am I just taking the Grizzlies anyway?
Let's see. When's the last time that the Spurs won a game?
Well, you pull that up.
I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I don't think I want to give Memphis the toilet bowl drop, man.
They're missing half their team.
They compete way more. They compete way more than these other toilet bowl teams.
I have to go by record, though. This is a toilet bowl
I
game.
don't know, man.
I'm
I don't
sorry.
know.
Like, I
I
have
don't
to.
know, bro. They compete way better than the Wizards, way better than anybody else. Like anybody else, they compete way better. I don't know. They toilet bowl by record, but not by mindset.
Okay. I'm still considering them a toilet bowl team, but fair.
Nah, they don't count.
I
Smith's
think it's
team
fair game, but
this Smith what 34 and 36 against the spread. Oh man. 20 and 15 on the road, 29 and 24 as an underdog. We're getting them in the spot where they have a whole bunch of injuries. Everybody doubts them. And then guess what? They somehow go out here and compete and they make the game close. Uh, I'm taking this. I'm taking this Memphis team. That was clear cut. Nothing considered here for me. Taking Memphis. Let me see.
yeah, I agree with you. I
When
took Memphis too, but it's a toilet bowl game. Like, I'm not gonna not call it a toilet bowl game. Besides, you're always the one
in
who
their
tells me to take
last
the
20
points in the toilet
games,
bowl game anyway.
in their last 20 games, the Spurs have only covered 6 points 5 times.
Okay. I mean, I already made my case. I'm not gonna lay this with San Antonio. I don't know how they're gonna cover it, but I think Memphis finds a way.
Well, I know how they're going to cover it. They're going to cover it how they've been doing it all year. They're going to play really, really good defense. They're going to control the pace of the game, and they're going to get timely contributions from untimely people. Untimely people like one Scottie Pippen Jr., who's probably questionable, probably going to play, and then somehow, some way, have a good game today. One GG Jackson, who put up, what was it, 35 on his coach,
Sounds
and was
about
calling
right.
him coach, and was still calling him coach. So, Memphis has enough. Memphis has enough. Although I believe the stars are on the Spurs side of the ball, you cannot lay 6 with the Spurs. That is insane. Absolutely insane. Memphis
I agree.
+6. Memphis sprinkle on the money line. They're getting the win today. 216.5. Memphis on the road. They're going to control time possession. Under 216.5.
If I'm picking Memphis to cover, I'm not taking the over. So I agree. I'm on the under too.
Got the pace, all of that. It's just who goes off today. Who is going to be the person to go off today? It might be. Hey man, it might be Jaren Jackson Jr. Yeah, it might be Jaren Jackson Jr. And he just has a really, really good day. I can buy that. All right. Not excited. You're not as excited for a Memphis game as I would have thought, Scott.
No,
Memphis team
I
is
think
great.
6.5's a lot for San Antonio to cover. So we agreed. I'm just gonna watch other stuff. There's no chance in hell I'm watching this game. Just for the record.
Let's see here. I'm probably gonna watch it. I like Memphis. Memphis is a fun team. It's just the fact that they have the worst injury report in the league, and they're more competitive than some other teams that have had their players all year.
Shout out
all
to
shading, all shade intended.
Well, Atlanta's injured now, but you get my point. Even when they were healthy, they weren't covering anything. So yeah,
nope.
Memphis tries really hard. I'll give them props for that.
All right, Cleveland on the road going to play the Minnesota. I'm sorry, I'm still stuck on the Memphis wave. Minnesota Timberwolves, Cleveland, and the Minnesota Timberwolves. Minnesota is laying 7.5 at home. Open up at 4.5. 206.5 is the total injury report. And we have
Mitchell's still out.
Where did they go? There we go. All right, Donovan Mitchell's out. Evan Mobley's out. Max Strus is out. Dean Wade is out. Ty Jerome is out. For the Timberwolves, Anthony Edwards is questionable. Rudy Gobert is questionable. Naz Reid is questionable. Karl Anthony Towns is out. Jalen Clark is out.
The spread feels massive, doesn't it? 7.5. I know Cleveland's missing a lot of guys, but they've been competitive. A lot of points.
I don't know. I guess that 7.5 is saying that everybody that's questionable for Minnesota is going to play.
Besides maybe
why
Gobert.
would it be 7.5?
I think Ant's going to play. Gobert maybe.
I mean, if Gobert doesn't play, why would it be 7.5 still? Like you're losing rim protection. You're losing your strong rebounder. Afro-Man should feast in this game. The fact that but the fact that Rudy Gobert and Naz Reid are both questionable, like Luka Garza is next up on the depth chart.
Yeah.
Like Afro-Man should feast in this game. He did last episode for us. 20. What was it? 21 and 20, 21 and 22, something like that.
They lost the game, but either way, point is wasn't they? Jared Allen said you lost the game. I did my part.
Yeah, I ain't lose. Y'all lost. I'm going with the Cavs again, man. Cavs plus 7.5.
Yeah, I agree. I just think 7.5's too many. You're looking at what is a low total. Cleveland, we've seen thrive all year being shorthanded. They've kind of alternated stars being injured, and they've been fine anyway. I'm going to lean to Cleveland. I think they can hang in there. I think Niang actually has played some good minutes recently to help stretch the floor. Yeah, LeVert's been good in Donovan Mitchell's absence. I like the points. I think the spread's too big. Minnesota might win, but 8? It's a lot of points to win by in a low-scoring game. I'm going to lean to Cleveland.
I'm taking, if Rudy Gobert does not play, I will be playing Cleveland's team total over.
Are you taking Jared Allen rebounds anyway, or only if Gobert's out?
Potentially anyway, for sure if Gobert is out.
Okay.
He's just been so good. Like, I really don't even care about the matchup with them. Evan Mobley out.
He's so good.
Even Donovan Mitchell out too. That's when he gets the points going, and points and rebounds is just the autoplay for Jared Allen at this point.
Yeah.
Let me see. What was I doing? Oh yeah, I was pulling up that team total. So yeah, the team total for the Cavs right now is sitting at 99.5. You're telling me no Rudy Gobert, they can't get to 100 against this team that's injured to hell and back?
If we're picking them to cover, they're going to reach 100. So.
Especially if they're going small and it's Naz Reid, or even if there's no Naz Reid and they're really, really going small, like they don't have the rim protection. That rim protection is a lot. And I think that Cleveland's going to go for the easy buckets on the inside in an offense that doesn't have its main scorers. They're going to try to get easy points. Yeah, I'm on Cleveland team total over 99.5. Maybe Rudy Gobert scares me off that, but as of right now, I just don't understand how Cleveland can't get to 100. I don't think that they're going to go out here and run them out the gym for 120, 100, but like 102, 103, 104, like that sounds so much in the realm possibility for Cleveland win or lose tonight. So I have a slight lean to the over. What do you like?
I might lean over as well. I just think this total's too low. So I'll lean over there, but you have any props you're tempted by? Besides Allen rebounds. LeVert assists you tempted by? He's been good.
I would still back Anthony Edwards. I don't think they have an answer for him. I don't think there's a single soul on the other side that can defend him. Only thing, maybe Anthony Edwards threes, maybe. But because maybe
who gets the matchup though? Okoro?
Probably
Okoro.
Yeah.
I'm not sure he can guard him either, but he's going to try.
Everything. Yeah, no, I think Anthony Edwards is fine. Anthony Edwards should have a good day. At least get to the foul line. All right.
I don't mind Niang over potentially on threes or maybe even just first quarter points. He's had at least 3 first quarter points in 8 of the last 9 games. His line's at 2.5 at -120. He had 8 first quarter points in the last meeting against Minnesota about 2 weeks ago. So if you want to go based on the last meeting and recent form, Niang over 2.5 points in the first quarter. It's 1 3-pointer. That's all you need, and he starts. So I don't mind that play for Niang.
All right. Let's see here before we get to the last 3 games on the slate. Got to talk to you about Hall of Fame bets, the way to bet smartest NBA season with Hall of Fame bets. We utilize Hall of Fame bets all the time. Hey, when you was asking me, when's the last time that Spurs had a blowout? Hall of Fame bets had the answer. You need to tap in the sports betting research platform for parlays, player props, and game lines. Research everything in NBA and soccer. And I believe I was looking up here earlier and I saw some baseball up here as well. Baseball season, as you informed me, Scott, is kicking off. We can come back a little bit later. The tools will be here in March. And so, and towards a little bit later, towards the end of the month, when it's actually baseball season and not just, this I don't even know what to call it. I don't know anybody that, I think you said hockey does it. I don't know anybody who just starts their season a week early for 2 teams, then everybody else is just chilling. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, hockey did it too, but baseball decided to copy them.
All right. And I got a parlay optimizer tool where, hey, you just put your legs to your parlay in the parlay optimizer tool, hit calculate, and they're going to let you know, expected probability of the entire leg and the entire parlay. So make sure that you stop betting and dark. Join the over 30,000 users researching with Hall of Fame bets. Download Hall of Fame bets or visit HOFBets.com. Use code SGPN to get 50% off your first month and start researching, start winning with Hall of Fame bets. Indiana Pacers on the road going to play the Golden State Warriors. Warriors open up minus 3.5, currently laying 5. 240 is the total here. Injury report. And we have Obi Toppin questionable. Ben Mathurin out for the season for the Pacers. Draymond's probable. Moses Moody is questionable. That's it for the Warriors. We have the Pacers on the road, so auto under. That's crazy, yo. It's just if this one goes under too, I just don't know what to tell you, man. They're under on the road. That's how you play them. 13, 21, and 1 now on the road to the under, and yet everything goes over at home. If they go under here, I think that that should be the proof that you need, that you just can't bet it over with this team on the road. But talk about the spread here. Laying 5 with the Warriors here, Scott. What are you doing?
I initially was going to lean to Golden State because I'm kind of wondering why the spread's this big, and I think Golden State normally would show up at home. They've been terrible at home this year. Like, it just hasn't really mattered, especially with them getting a lot of respect. Halliburton seems like maybe he got out of the shooting slump because he was pretty good. Then again, Detroit is a fake basketball team, no offense. But still, he was pretty good last game, so maybe Halliburton kind of found his groove again. But Golden State this season is 14, 20, and 2 ATS at home. They're just a really bad home team against the spread. I mean, you have any thoughts here? Because I think Indiana's a decent team. I'm not going to overreact to them blowing out Memphis in a high-scoring game. I'm more concerned about how many points they gave up to Memphis. I'm going to lean over in this game. I know you mentioned Indiana being a good under team on the road, but the total has gone up 3 points from like 237.5 to 240.5. I'm going to lean over, but I think I am leaning Indiana. 4.5 feels massive for a team that has really not been good ATS at home. So I'm going to lean to Indiana.
Well, I'm 100% betting the under.
Okay.
Under, I can't get past it. I mean, even the Detroit game, we came up here and you said the exact same thing for the Detroit game. And I was looking at the first quarter. I was like, dang, this game's going under, isn't it? Yeah, it's going under. Yep, this is an under. I've actually that's the second time that I've live bet an over on the road for the Pacers and hit. So it was, the first one was OKC when I bet the over in the OKC game at OKC, and they started out so slow, and I was like, "There's no way this hits." So I got back in and I bet the over. It was like 228? I think it was 228.5, and I had bet the over there. Hit that, then hit the full game over. Came back, did the same thing when it was 224.5 for Detroit, and it hit. So interested to see if this game starts off slow. If it starts off slow, you might be able to get in on an under. On an over late live and get a really, really good number, and you might be able to middle it too. But I'm sticking with the road unders for the Indiana Pacers right now, even though it is against this Golden State Warriors team. I think I'm taking Pacers as well.
I just can't trust this Golden State team.
Yeah. And yeah. No. Let's see what Casey says. Casey says revenge games on the road since 2021 are 30-12 versus opponents in another conference. Oh, okay. So opposite conference, Pacers plus 5.5. Golden State was 5.5-point dogs when they destroyed the Pacers last time too.
Yeah. Maybe it's a revenge game. Who knows?
Yeah, the line is the exact same. All right. Yeah, I'll take Pacers.
I'm with you.
I only play there, I think, is on the total. But I'm interested in Pacers and just seeing if this is the turn that the Pacers finally needed. And by the way, Golden State, a very, very, very good home win last game. Not as they're not as frequent, and like you said, they're not as frequent this year with the back-to-back home wins that we're used to seeing with Golden State. So I think that they're a little bit due for some regression here. Indiana keeps it close. You have player props.
If you're picking Indiana, does that mean that you're picking Halliburton assists, Halliburton points, anything
I
in
think I'm
particular
going
for Halliburton?
Pascal. I think I'm going
Okay.
Pascal, actually. I think
I
that's
might
the
like
play I
the
want
I
to
might
make.
like the rebounds for Pascal.
It's been really, really good there. Pascal and Kaminga, I think, are the two that I would be interested in. I would be interested in Chris Paul, but I just don't like taking Chris Paul's assists in games that I think are going to go under. Even though there's a lot of points in this game and it could be a lot of points scored without it going over, I just don't like Chris Paul's assists in under games.
Yeah, if you're looking at
So
random recent form, by the way, Chris Paul rebounds actually been pretty good. It's at 3.5. It's at minus 140 on the over. He's randomly had 4+ rebounds in I think it's 6 or 7 straight games. 7 straight games. He's had at least 4 rebounds. Why? I have no idea. But he's had at least 4 rebounds in 14 of the last 20. So if you want to go for a random Chris Paul angle, the rebounds have actually been pretty good.
okay. Yeah, I'm on Kaminga and Pascal today. Those are my two. Let's see. The Clippers play in the second back-to-back game with the Portland Trailblazers. Open up at 13. They're now currently sitting at 13 and a half. 216 and a half is the total. Terrence Mann's questionable. Norman Powell's questionable. Russ is out with that fractured hand. And for the Blazers, this is actually shorter than what it normally is. Anthony Simons is probable. Matisse Thybulle is questionable. Jeremy Grant is doubtful. Malcolm Brogdon, Shaedon Sharpe are not playing. Well, I got the over in the first matchup. It wasn't by much, but I got it.
Yeah.
Still Deja counts. Vu game. Deja vu rules says that I have to play the under now. So
does it also apply to taking Portland or no?
Yeah, it does. It says I'm supposed to take Portland here as well.
Okay.
And I mean, I'll do it. I don't trust the Clippers. So I mean, I don't care. I don't trust the Clippers. What if James Harden? What if that was a fluke? What if that was a fluke? James Harden.
The Clippers did win by 13. They didn't even cover this one in the meeting that just happened. So I guess I am leaning to Portland. I guess Simons
and that
was okay.
that was what, a 17-point first quarter by not first quarter, first half by James Harden. I mean, yeah, I'll take Portland. Why not?
My lock on the show was Harden under points, and he had 17 in the first half, and then I think he had 2 in the second half. So
he helped me. He helped me get that over. I don't think.
He did. Over no, he had like 14 assists too. He was great in the game, but still. And then he had a nice contest on the Kawhi Leonard jump shot, but still. I'm going to lean to the over, and I'll lean to the Trailblazers here. It just feels like a lot of points. We saw Portland lose by 13 despite really never being in the game. So I'm going to lean to Portland in the spot. Hopefully Ayton shows up and plays well this game. We'll see what happens. Historically, he's been kind of terrible against the Clippers. But still, I'll lean to the Trailblazers in the over.
Under 216.5 is my play for the game. Deja vu game. You got to respect it. It barely went over last time, and James Harden had an amazing game. You had a great game by it wasn't freaking
Paul George?
No.
I know who you're thinking of. Which team?
Trailblazers.
It wasn't Ayton.
No, that's what I was saying. It wasn't Ayton. What was it? Oh, well, I guess Simons did finish as good as I thought he did. I think it was just a quick start.
Scoot at 18.
Chris Murray had 17 though. That was like, come on now. Yeah, and then you have what's this? 20, 32, 35, 40 plus bench points as well for this team. 103. Like, no, the Clippers, this is a 108-99 final score. 108-99. Clippers get the win still. All right. Philadelphia 76ers on the road going to play the Los Angeles Lakers. Lakers are laying 7.5. It was 8.5. Now it's down to 7.5. 224.5 is the total here. Tobias Harris is questionable. Kai Jones is out. Man, Kai Jones revenge game. Could have seen it. Joel Embiid is also injured. As you know, Robert Covington, DeAnthony Melton as well.
He was on the
Lakers. For the Lakers.
Revenge
Kai
game.
Jones?
He was on the Lakers?
Yeah. Kai Jones was on the Lakers early. Did he start the season with the Lakers? I'm pretty sure. I don't think I
don't
made
even
that up.
recall that.
Pretty sure I'm pretty sure he started the season with them.
I thought he just had a mental breakdown during the offseason, then nobody signed him.
No, I thought the Lakers went and pulled the trigger, and then he just didn't end up staying with them.
No, he has not played a single second in the NBA this season. Maybe the Lakers had him and they didn't use him, but I don't think he ever signed with the Lakers. I can check. That doesn't sound familiar. No, I don't see anything about him being with the Lakers. So
I guess I made that up. Oh well. All right, fake news. Where did that come from?
Because he kind of groups in with like the Jackson Hayeses and like the random like low budget
No,
center.
I just feel like I remember because I was like, oh, Kai Jones, like the Lakers. Because I remember, and I think I was in my head, I was cooking the Lakers because I'm like, of course the Lakers got Kai Jones. Like, of course they got Kai Jones. Huh.
Once again, he's the kind of guy the Lakers would get as a low budget like center option, but no, he was never on the Lakers.
Maybe it was just questions and rumors then. Dang, I thought after that Charlotte wave that he was on the Lakers for like a cup of coffee. All right,
I think he had like mental health, and now he's fine apparently. So happy to hear it.
Wow. Okay. All right. What's wrong with that? Okay, we're back to Kai. Enough of the Kai Jones talk though. This line's going down. Lakers 7.5. What are you doing here, Scott? Oh wait, I didn't finish the Lakers injury report. Lakers have LeBron James questionable. Anthony Davis is probable. Cam Reddish is not on the injury report. No Gabe Vincent, Jaren Vanderbilt, Christian Wood, Jalen Hood-Schifino, Colin Castleton. But they did say Gabe Vincent is coming back this season at some point.
I don't know if that's good or bad. He's just Kendrick Nunn 2.0.
It's Kendrick Nunn 2.0, Danny Green 2.0. Shoot, even Dennis Schroeder 2.0. Like it's a lot of 2.0s that just come over to the Lakers and start playing bad.
I'm not gonna group Schroeder in there. I thought he gave him some good games on occasion, but yeah, for the most part, underwhelming.
Yeah, Danny Green gave him a game or two too. 7.5.
I mean, I think the Sixers team's terrible, but they are better with Maxey in the lineup. So I'm assuming you're gonna back the line movement and take the Sixers.
No, I mean I don't know. I don't know what I want to do here.
Does it count as a revenge game if the Lakers lost the first meeting by 44, but Embiid obviously played in that game? It was in November. Does that even count?
Yeah, because you still lost to that team.
Yeah, I'm saying
now, now Joel Embiid can watch you. Now Joel Embiid can watch you sit on the bench and kill his team, and push him even further down in the playoff standings. So I mean, yeah, I think it's
if you buy into the revenge angle like that, then the Lakers should really kill this team. I think I am leaning Lakers. I really just don't think the Sixers are that good, and they've been really bad on the road recently. To go through the last couple road games for Philly, just to get it on the record here, they played the Suns, lost by 13. Played the Bucks, lost by 9. I'm not sure. I don't think Giannis played in that game, but I'm not totally sure. Played the Knicks on the road, lost by 27. Played the Knicks before that, won 79-73 in that disgusting game. Played the Nets, lost by 5. They've been terrible on the road. And we know the Lakers are randomly a really good home team, and they're not really good at anything else. So I think I'm leaning Lakers in this spot, based on the overall home form and based on the Sixers being borderline useless on the road for the last couple weeks. I'll lean to the Lakers.
So, record aside, do you consider this?
ATS.
You consider that they're a bad team? You think the 76ers are a bad team?
Without Embiid, I do. It's not their fault. I think that Maxey and Oubre have to carry. I don't think they're a good team. They've been on TV multiple times. It's painful to watch them play. They're really not good offensively when you watch them play. Their starting center is Mo Bamba. Like, okay, sure. Have fun with AD.
I just don't think they'll be able to keep up. Like, granted, I don't think that the Lakers are anything defensively that I want to write home about, but are they going to be able to keep up if the Lakers start scoring? The Lakers put up Lakers put up a good amount of points.
Yeah.
Yeah, this game's making me sleepy. I'll take the Lakers. Lay 7.5. I'm kind of confused on why that's going backwards, but I can't make sense of it.
AD better dominate in this game. You have Bamba and Paul
Wait,
Reed.
every time you say that,
I
anybody
know.
says that. I don't
I'm
think
gonna
he
call him
does.
out though. But AD tends to struggle against teams that have like actual physical centers. Philly barely has any centers. AD really needs to dominate in this game. Come on, Kentucky just lost. You carried Cal to his only ring. Drop a casual 30 and 15.
They said Coach Cal would have been nothing without AD's growth spurt.
Mm-hmm. Made
Oh
me laugh
man.
on Twitter.
All right, 224.5 is total player props. Anything else you like for this game?
I think I'm going to lean over. You mentioned the Lakers' defense not being anything worth writing home about. I agree. Same with Philly's defense without Embiid. It just feels like the rim protection is not there. They can't rebound. Lakers have scored at least 121 points in 2 straight. They've given up at least 120 in 2 out of 3. But offensively at home, they've been solid for the most part. I mean, to go to the Lakers the last couple games at home, 136 against Atlanta, 121 against the Warriors, 120 against Minnesota, 123 against the Bucks, 120 against the Kings. They've been very good offensively. I don't mind the
Mm-hmm.
Lakers team total over.
Yeah, I can buy that too. I can buy that too. I feel like I don't talk about Braun enough. I might be on Braun today. Woke up feeling anxious.
Okay.
But AD really should be the play. I just can't see myself betting it because Professor
You can't trust
Glass.
them.
Yeah, no, I just can't see myself doing it. I'd rather back D'Lo or some other role player another way than Anthony Davis right now. Maybe Rui.
Is any part of you interested in LeBron over 8.5 assists? It's at even
Yeah,
money. He's gone over in
yeah,
5 straight, gone over in 8 of the last 10.
yeah. No, I was thinking of a LeBron PRA. Is how I would have probably played it.
Okay.
So yeah, I like the assist line too. All right, that's it for the day. And we're making great time. I didn't even check the time. We're making great time so we can catch the game. Lock dog, underdog, and we can get up out of here.
You're going first.
For my lock, it's actually strangely a lot of things that I feel really good about. Like I feel pretty decent about Cleveland. I feel good about Memphis. Of course, I feel good about New Orleans. Let's say Memphis. Memphis plus 6.5. Because no way this Spurs team just walks in here and covers 6.5. I don't care if Memphis is injured to hell and back. They play good defense. They get it done. Or should I just take the under?
Whatever
Maybe I should
speaks
take
to
the
you.
under.
Thou shall always take points in the toilet bowl game.
But that under is very, very juicy. Very, very, very juicy. Take the under 217. Memphis unders have been really good to me. Really, really good to me. And plus, the Spurs can't score. Duh. So, good defense. Spurs can't score. Memphis injured the hell and back. They're probably not going to score. Under 217. For my
And you're going.
dog, let's see here. What adjusted line can I get for the Pelicans? I might take them in the first half. They've been really, really good first half team. Let's see. We'll go full game here because it's Miami. Miami is good for falling off in the second half. So where's this? Oh, our spreads. There we go. So I can get the New Orleans Pelicans laying 2 possessions. 3.5 is fine. Yeah. Yeah, it should be fine. I'll do the Pelicans laying 3.5 plus 172.
Okay. For my lock, I got a couple options here. I'm curious. I don't know if I want to go player prop or not because I've been looking at all these trends and I might be tempted by something. But Toronto is so shorthanded that I don't even know like who's going to do what for this team. Let me just quickly look at the recent Agbaji numbers out of curiosity. I mean, the numbers are pretty good for the under, if I want to actually go about it. Let me just check the minutes for a second. Yeah, I mean, the minutes have been there, and he's still been pretty bad, but it's been relatively close. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to go with a spread and a total in this one. I mean, it's, two spreads, or two dogs, I should say. Give me Cleveland plus the 7.5 as my lock. I just think the spread's too big. Should be a lower scoring game. Totals at 206.5. I think Cleveland can definitely keep this game competitive. The question is, do I want to take the spread or the team total over? Because it's at 99.5, and that's extremely low. I don't care what the current referee situation is. 99.5 is extremely disrespectful for a total in the NBA. Actually, you know what? I'm going to take the team total. Give me Cleveland team total over 99.5. I just think
Hey,
that line
man.
is too low.
I agree. I agree.
I mean, 99.5 in today's NBA. I mean, your roster should look like Toronto's if you're going to be put that low. You still have Garland. You still have some three-point shooting. Levert's been fine. Even Minnesota, when they hold teams to a very, very bad offensive game, they still allow 100. I'm trying to see the last time Minnesota's allowed less than 100 in a game.
The
But
Clippers reminds me that when they played the Clippers in that one game, it was like
yeah, that's the
88,
last time.
85. Oh, that is the last time?
8 straight. They've allowed at least 100 points. So I'll take Cleveland.
Good call.
Team total over 99.5 points as my lock. For my dog, I am going to do it. Under no circumstance should the Spurs be laying 6.5. Give me the Grizzlies
Memphis,
on the money line.
whoop that trick. Whoop that trick.
I'm trying to see what the best line I could find is. It's going to be a good price. Should be somewhere in the twos. But let me quickly check because I'm not laying that with San Antonio. You can find 205. So give me the Grizzlies plus 205 on the money line as my dog.
Really?
Yeah. I thought it'd be a little bit higher, actually. But
I thought it was higher, too. Yeah, I thought it was higher, too. All right.
I'll take 205.
Probably it was 250. Okay. I'm definitely going to be in a Memphis game next year. This Memphis team's going to be so good next year when everybody's actually healthy and Taylor Jenkins can unleash the dogs on the league. Can't wait.
Mm-hmm.
All right, man. Underdog. What are we doing here?
I mentioned a couple of under props I was tempted by for the sake of betting, but I don't know if you have anything you like that we didn't get to for some over-unders. I'm also not sure what they even have. Like, if I wanted an Agbaji lower, would they even have that? I don't even know.
Let's see. Toronto. Scroll. Agbaji. Lower what?
Do they have rebounds and assists?
Yep, 5.
I was hoping it was 5.5. Do they have Grady Dick?
Yep.
Lower than for rebounds and assists?
5.5.
That I'll take.
All right, there we go.
He's had less than 5 in 4 straight. So
Grady lower. Some people thought I was going to use his last name.
Nope. Grady Richard. Grady lower. We'll go lower.
Grady Richard. Where's Afro Man at? Let's just go ahead and just take him. He's been very, very good to us. We can do what? Why is he back at 29.5 points and rebounds? I'm just going to keep hammering it.
Sure.
29.5 points and rebounds. I can go Ant. We don't have to go Ant. We can go. I mean, Lakers. We expect.
Oh, you want to go LeBron? 8.5.
Well, we can. Yeah, I'll buy that.
5 straight.
So, Grady. Grady Richard. Lower. 5.5 rebounds and assists. Jared Allen. Afro Man. Higher. 29.5 points and rebounds. And the King, LeBron James. Higher. 8.5 assists. Put that in the underdog. 6-1 is the payout. $100 gets you $600. $50 gets you $300. So on and so forth. Scott, anything else for people before we get up out of here?
No. NCAA tournament again starts in a couple minutes, so we're gonna get out of here.
All right. Other than that, make sure that you Use that underdog fantasy code NBA SGPN for your first deposit match up to $100. Also, make sure you follow us. He's at Reichel Radio. I'm at really real __ at SGPN NBA. And Luis, don't worry. Yeah, you already know. You can watch the replay and you are good. Anything else? No, nothing else. Make sure that you like the video on the way out and make sure you give us a 5-star rating review. Other than that, I have nothing else to say, nothing else to do. No other way of ending the podcast. We're just going to end it like this. We are out of here.